Merry Christmas, everybody. Welcome to our home. So I went all out this year. One thing you need to know about me is I am not a minimalist. So too much clutter bothers me, but then I like to go all out at Christmas when I have time. And then this is a look at the foyer. This color on the wall is pretty dark. It's called Pewter Tankard by Sherwin-Williams, and I love it. I wanted it to be dramatic. Saki has decided to bark while I'm making my video, of course. Do not have the lights on the trees, all of them. This is a Vickerman 6.5-foot flock tree. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. It fits perfectly there. Always sees a squirrel, sorry. And I love the way the mantle turned out this year. And here on these walls, and the light's not all the way on, but this is Worldly Gray. It's between a gray and a beige, and it's wonderful. I'm using it in a lot of rooms. So far, I've tried it in a bathroom, Dawson's room, downstairs in the living room. This used to be a living room. It's my office now, my dining room. And the latest project, it became the color on the walls in the kitchen. So this sign came from Hobby Lobby. I just love this saying. This greenery is new this year, and I'm loving it. It feels a little bit farmhouse, a little bit fancy, which is what I was going for. I love the stockings. They're just very simple. The letters came from Walmart a few years ago, and I just wanted that little touch of glitter. And then I just added in little pops of red this year. And I even styled the bookcases. I still need lots of books. I have some more that I've tucked away, but that's one thing that's on my list of things to collect, more books. And I have some actually upstairs, but I haven't moved them down there. I'm not going to zoom in on this, but this project right here, I created myself. But I burlapped an old picture frame on canvas, and then I used the studs around it. But these are all the pictures that we've had made as a family or Dawson over for our Christmas cards. So I displayed those up there with it has little clips that hold them up. And then this desk, I love the legs. I got this at Lowe's. I knew it wasn't real wood, and I was okay with that. And I figured I'd have to repaint it one day, but I knew that would paint so well. And that that door is vintage, and we hung it up recently. The plan is to do a large piece of artwork or several pictures there, and I just haven't done it. I hold it up and I haven't made a decision. Mojo is now scoping things out, so he's going to make an appearance in pretty much every video, I guess. So I'll back up one more time. The lighting is not ideal, but it's probably the best it's going to get. So in the foyer, I styled this piece of furniture. The deer came from TJ Maxx this year. The lamps I've had for a while from Hobby Lobby. I painted with chalk this chair, and it's folk art paint. And then I just did a simple scarf. I wanted something there, but I didn't want anything too fussy, so I did a simple scarf. This rug I got at Lowe's online. It has a distressed look to it, which I like. I'm trying to cover up my tile that needs to be replaced, but that's on the list of things to do, is to update the flooring. It's just going to be a job, and I'm both excited and concerned about having to get that done, but it will be so worth it. And over here, I have a bench that I had gotten from Wayfair. It came in and it was so hideous. It almost looked leopard print, but not in a good way. And I think it was supposed to be distressed, but it came off like a Dalmatian print or something. So I had to paint over that, even though it was new, but that was okay. I eventually got that, and they did give me a little bit of a 10% off coupon or something for it looking like it did, because it was pretty bad. And I don't usually complain about something, but I had to on that one because it being brand new and then having to box it back up in styrofoam, and it was just too much. So anyway, they were generous enough to give me a 10% discount on that. So this hutch, I bought already this color, and it gets a lot of attention in photos. People either love this color or hate it, I'm sure. It's kind of a teal. If it's more green, I call it teal. If it's more blue, I call it turquoise. And that, you know, turquoise is actually blue and green, but that's how I distinguish my colors in my home if someone asks. Then the double arch got decorated this year, and I'm really excited about that. I don't know that I've ever decorated. If I have, it's been a really long time. I just kind of kept it simple with one of those Joanne garlands. These are just picks. And then I stuck a flower in there too because it's on a little clip. Those clips are fantastic. I love this pine cone wreath. It's very simple yet elegant. It sparkles, which you can't see. I leave it out for the winter. Some of this I'll leave. This is my mom's vintage village that my dad gave me recently, and some of her dishes, and then my own. And then that card back there, I think it's just a card that someone had framed, and I found it at a thrift store, and it's really pretty scene. So, you know, and that was given to me, and it was thrifted too. So I have a combination of things. You know, of course, this is vintage, this, and then this lamp is a little bit more modern. My light fixture has been here since we built the house in '99. I debate keeping it and changing it. I do love it, but I think I'm probably gonna end up with something more modern in here. And I'm trying to find the perfect combination of the farmhouse and the vintage and modern. I can't go too modern because if I do, it makes me very unhappy. Like I've tried that. You know, I'm just not meant to be modern. There's nothing wrong with it. I find I watch lots of YouTube videos on modern homes too. I also like to watch people in other countries to get inspiration and ideas. I think that's how I can grow and how I can be creative. So these chairs I got and I painted. The table is true farmhouse. I want to know the story. I've actually talked to someone that knows the lady that sold it to me. She has a booth somewhere, and I'm trying to get the story of the table because I would love to. I hope it's a great story. I don't want it to be sad. These I put here, and they're just trellises, and then I cut the legs off the bottom of them because I had a piece of furniture there that was not the right scale, but it's what I needed to use at that time, and this beefed it up some. So they need to now come up and over, and I just haven't got it done because this was our Christmas present to ourselves, and it's vintage, and we've added the legs at the bottom because I needed it to be higher. The puppy's gonna bark until I let her in, so y'all overlook her. She is so spoiled, but we do love her like a child. Sometimes better because she actually minds better most of the time. So on my buffet, I added these green and crystal and sparkly. It's like one piece of cedar. And then I added some ornaments and just a simple farmhouse bow. I really wanted a bigger, puffier bow to kind of beef up the lamps because they are a little small scale for this, but that was not gonna happen. Like I just didn't have time, not this year. I love this simple tablescape because you can still eat here, and these are just quail that I found, and they were brown, and so I chalk painted them and just whitewashed them. Actually, I took my chalk paint, you water it down, you wipe it on, you let it dry for a few seconds, you pat it off, and you keep doing that till you get the effect you want. But I just think they're beautiful and they're southern, and that's how I want my house to feel. And then I just added that Santa to that basket that's up there with just a sticky hook so I can pop it back down. This is another Vickerman small tree, and it is lit, but just this lighting is gonna throw it off. I love my farmhouse bow with a little bit of sparkle. And this is fabulous with bells on it. I have some more of that left over, and I've got some projects in mind for that. And then I just did a little bit of French ticking fabric underneath it. I love these curtains. I've had them for a few years. I got them at TJ Maxx, and I have not been able to find any more since that look like linen that I really, really like. And I keep hoping every time I go, I look, online I look. Just haven't found quite what I'm looking for yet. I may go with drop cloths everywhere. I thought about doing that too. I've watched some videos on how to bleach those to get them a little bit more white, and I think I'm gonna try that. I just gotta get the time to do it. So that's one more project on the summer list. And then right here where I was talking about the bench that I had to paint right when it came in. I love all of these. They're just pillow covers that I got at Amazon. This is kind of a teal green with a little bit of emerald, and it matches that one, and it kind of tied in. It brought the teal in here, but it wasn't exactly teal. It's a little bit darker than a teal, and that helped tie it in with my evergreens. I had these hooks already up. I'd taken some of them down, and I still need to take some more down. But as soon as I hang hats here, just cowboy hats on each side that we actually wear, and Bill and Dawson wear hats when they're cutting grass, of course, and I display those there. It makes kind of a cool piece of artwork. And this is just a garland of cotton, and I have a few of these, and I just move them around to different places and style them. And so I needed something there because I didn't want to take all the hooks down yet. That artwork is from Lowe's. It is birch trees. Those are birch trees, but they are a little bit abstract, I guess would be the best word for those. And I kind of like the way that looks to get a little bit of modern. I did get this mirror at Hobby Lobby, and I whitewashed it some because it was fading into the wall. But I think my next project would be to take that down and add a round metal black mirror to have a touch of modern right there, to try to kind of balance out some of my farmhouse. And way up high is, I can't tell you where that came from because it was a gift. This picture right here, I've seen it different places. I think I got it at World Market. I moved it in here for the pop of red. And I do that. That's a good tip, to move your artwork around and make it work in other places when you need it to, if you can do that without hurting anything on the walls. And these candles are on timers. I think all of them are. So they'll come off and on. I just tucked in some evergreen up there, and I love the way that turned out. Have not been able to do something like that before. And I'll show you other rooms on another video. Very slowly, I'll try to come back down the stairs and not fall. So, love the pop of red in here. So that's why I brought that in here, because I needed a little bit of red to tie this in to make this work. That's why this became cohesive, let's say that, because I had that little pop of red there, the pop of red here, you can see it in there, and you notice that my rugs do not match, okay? They don't have to match. That was really hard for me to accept for a while. This rug is distressed. This rug is distressed. This rug has some distressing too. So that's the way I kind of tied them in together. I really want a rug a little bit more modern, but I will not get rid of this rug. I'll just move it somewhere else. But the problem here is I had to have an exact measurement right here, because this stuck out on the bottom of the banister stuck out. And if I put a regular 5x7, it's not 5x7. It's sometimes it's 5x9. So that 2 inches made a difference. So I think I replaced this rug 4 times before I found one that actually fit perfectly. And I had maybe an inch or two of here to spare. But all the other ones, when I tried them, they didn't work. So this one must be less than 5'7", because this is actually a little bit of room over here, which I really like, having a little bit of room over there. But I'm camouflaging the tile as much as I can until I can get new flooring in here. So you can always tell me in the comments your experience with flooring. We've had good experience with the vinyl plank upstairs. It's held up in rough conditions. Nail polish remover being spilled on it and all those sorts of things, it's held up. So I'm leaning towards that, but I want a heavy duty one. I want one that's gonna last a long time. And I'm gonna get one that's not too brown, not too gray, not too dark. You notice my hardwood floors are Bruce hardwood floors, and I still like that color because it's easier to maintain to me. That's just my opinion. Because the darker it is, the more you see, the lighter it is, the more you see on the floor. So I liked this color because I thought it was a perfect color. And I have not updated the staircase in a while. I love the dark, I think it's Jacobine, I may not be saying that right. And then I'm not sure what the golden brown color is. So I'm not gonna update that. This is gonna stay the same. I'm not gonna update this until I see what color my floors are to see if it has to be updated or not. I'm waiting on that to determine what needs to be done. So we'll end with that. And I hope you enjoyed the tour of the office, the foyer, and our dining room. Merry Christmas, everybody.